All right, good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. Glad you made it by. My name's Jim. I'm a crypto trader and a Forex trader here to help you understand the market from an Elliott wave perspective. Yeah, I'm going to find a different way to say that every day, guys. But when you say the same thing every day, you just kind of get good at it, you know. But Happy New Year to you. Glad you came by. Today, I just want to do a little education with you today, and because I get a lot of comments. A lot of people have different belief systems, right? Everybody has different belief systems as to, what the market's doing and where it's going, and I have my own belief system too. I've got logical thoughts and things that I have considered and weighed and valued in my mind as important information, and I've put it together to make logical conclusions, guys. And what I want to do is just kind of share some of that information with you, because I get a lot of comments here. People are so strongly opinionated with that this market is going up from here, and so I want to consider that today and say, okay, is the market going up from here? And why is Jim not ready to say it's going up from here, but willing to say it could go up from here, but most likely it won't? What's going on in my mind? Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about today. Don't forget, this isn't financial advice. This is my take on the market, and I'm never going to tell you how to spend your money. I'm just sharing with you how I think about spending my money as a trader. All right, so so many different things. Number one, I'm an Elliott wave trader. Okay, and Elliott wave theory is about looking at patterns in the market that are repetitious over and over and over and over and over, and they're repeatable to such a degree that there are rules that are associated with it that that help you identify different patterns that you're seeing in the market. That if the patterns aren't fulfilling the rules of that pattern, then it's not that pattern. A lot of people, for instance, think triangles. There are triangles everywhere in the market. Just because the structure looks triangular doesn't mean it's a triangle. Okay. For instance, right here, if I drew a trend line right here, for instance, okay, you'd see that and some people say, hey, there's a triangle right there. No, it's not a triangle in my book. Can't be in my book defined as a triangle. In an Elliott wave book, in my you'd have a really hard time coming up with an Elliott wave count that fits a triangle, because a triangle has rules. Okay, the triangle has basic rules that you got 5 waves. Okay, and they're contracting in general. Okay, and those waves have 3 waves in each of them. You got to see those 3 wave delineations in every one of those waves as it's contracting. Another rule that you need to see is that you need to see that triangle forming in the RSI as well. Okay, so those are some of the things to consider. That's an example of rule set based upon an Elliott wave, that just because you see the shape of a triangle doesn't make it a triangle. Okay. That being said, if the wave structure, 3 waves with five main waves, each subwave by 3, then we're looking good. So you've got to understand that. I'm not just looking at price, guys. I'm not just looking at support and resistance, though I do consider those things very strongly. I'm not just looking at Fibonacci level, but I'd consider that very strongly. I'm looking at wave structure, okay? And what wave structure is telling me, okay? What that wave structure is implying where price needs to go, okay? So that's mainly one of the main things I use as I'm picking direction. Okay. Now listen, you watched yesterday's video. I am bullish long term. Okay. I see a move up to $16,000 coming in this year coming up, but I think there's another low. I believe that there's another low. How certain am I? Well, I'm as certain as I can be based on the information I have. But price action is kind of moving to the upside today. I shared in previous videos that price should probably come up, trudge up a little bit before it goes down, continues down. But I think people just get a little bit of a green candle, like, oh no, price is going up. Okay, all right. So what are some other things that I think about? So I got a rule set in Elliott wave that I really consider. All right, wave structure is a big deal. Let me talk about wave structure. What I mean by wave structure is 5s and 3s. Okay, Elliott waves are built around 5s and 3s. Now, in the bull run from December 2018, January this year, 2019. Okay, the bottom hit. And it came on up, that run all the way up to 13.8. Guys, let me just show you what an impulse wave looks like. Okay, this is what an impulse wave looks like. An impulse has a clear direction that is going going one way or the other. There's clear direction. There are clear waves that can be on different time frames that you can see those waves and count them. Okay, I mean, it's clear. You got a clear wave here. You've got another clear wave here, and then you got to finish. So there's a first one. There's a second one and a third one. There's 3 pushes. Okay, so an impulse wave is made up of 3 impulses to the upside, separated by corrective structures. Okay, a corrective structure is a choppy structure that's short and dumpy, and it goes against the trend. Okay, so corrective structures and impulsive structures. Okay, so here you have an impulse, a corrective structure. Okay, this is an impulse. This is a corrective structure. Okay. And you can zoom in on these time frames. For instance, let me go into the 2-hour time frame here. Just kind of show you again. I mean, I can even show you in a downtrend, guys. Okay, here's an impulse wave, corrective structure. Okay, followed by, it has an impulse here. So we have 2 waves that are corrective here. That's a flat right here, followed by a sharp impulse. So a 3 wave, and a 5 wave. That's what a flat is. Okay. All right. Then you've got an impulse to the downside, corrective structure. Impulse to the downside, corrective structure. Impulse, corrective structure. Okay. You can see the clear difference between impulses and corrective structures. Okay. Now the question is, if we just look at the price action right now, what do we have? What do we have? Well, right now we have a corrective structure that's going on. All this is a corrective structure. Okay, it's going to be followed by an impulse. Okay, there's no doubt about it. The question is, which direction is supported by the Elliott wave? Okay, so this is corrective. This corrective structure isn't finished. Corrective structures take forever. They build up anticipation. They build up hype, and everybody's wondering where price is going to go. Okay, but then they finish, and once they're finished, you get an impulse out of that. Okay, and this is what we're preparing for. Now, I'm personally preparing for an impulse to the downside. I am currently short, and I believe it's going down. One of the reasons I believe, well, number one, I don't trade only the large time frame. I trade the intermediate time frames as well. So I'm in a short right now, and I'm waiting for price to come on down here. So I'm looking to take profit from this region here, okay, to this region right there. So while I didn't get all of the top in my short, that's okay. I'm not looking to nail everything. I'm patiently waiting. I understand wave structure. I understand trading is about the long-term patience. And so I've been patiently waiting for this trade to deliver. The trade hasn't delivered yet, but it will. It will. But one of the things I'm paying attention to is the structure of this wave right here. Okay, we're making the same structure right here. Okay, and if you're wondering where we are, this is where we are in the wave. That's what I believe. Okay, right there. So we're retracing this a little bit, and then we're going to come on down impulsively. So once this thing is finished, we're going to come on down impulsively. Okay, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm going to be taking profit down here, waiting for a bounce. I want to see if we get a 3-way bounce to the upside, and then we get our finished move to the downside, and that would create our triangle if this triangle is playing out. I'm feeling like this triangle is playing out for sure. Now, you say, Jim, what about the divergence, man? What about the divergence? There's heavy divergence in the RSI. Well, I made an entire video about that about a week ago, okay, where I showed that whenever you have a flat, and that's what we have here, we have a flat kind of, you generally have divergence, okay? Now, you got to remember, guys, divergence doesn't a couple of rules with divergence, but yeah, we've got a bullish divergence right here. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, it's on the 8-hour, it's on the daily barely, and it's on the lower time frames. Okay, but you got to understand that. Listen, we had divergence right here, right here in this area of the market. Okay, we had a boom. There's divergence there, and we got our move. Okay, the move played out, and the divergence did its job. Okay, once we got to the overbought region, that divergence was wiped out, and then it went on down. Okay, so you say we got divergence here, Jim. Boom, boom. There's your door. Well, guys, we got our move. We got our move. We came up to the overbought region, and it's done. Okay, that divergence is played out. All right, you got to understand that divergence doesn't last for wave after wave after wave. It really only lasts for the one wave that's following it. Okay, the basic wave that's following it, that until it reaches the overbought or oversold condition, depending on which divergence it is. Let me show you another place where we had divergence. Here we got a downward moving price, upward moving RSI. Okay, we had our upward move right there. There's our the divergence played out, came to the overbought region, came on down. Okay, so here's 3 instances in which we had bullish divergence, and I already showed this in a video. I'm showing it again, where we had bullish divergence, okay, and we still had a move to the downside after the move to the upside. Okay, we've had a move to the upside, then we came on down. We had our move to the upside, guys. I think it's played out. I don't think we're going any higher than we've already gone. I think the move is played out, and we're coming down. Now, right now, I have 2 particular scenarios. I got one scenario that just comes on down here. Okay, in 5 waves, boom, boom, boom. I don't think that's likely. I think the triangle is much more likely. So I'm looking for this to happen here. And then we're going to get 5 waves out of that. And an impulse pretty sharply to finish our Z wave. And guys, this is where I'm looking for a bounce. This is where I'm wanting to see a bounce. So that's what I'm personally looking for, guys. Those are the considerations I've been given, or I'm giving here. You say, Jim, what about this long-term support right here at $6,500, right in this region, $6,400? We came and touched it, and we touched it twice and bounced off it twice. Yeah, we got 2 bounces here, but you know, how many bounces do we have off the top of this resistance here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, we got a bunch of touches here. So anyway. Well, that's what I'm looking at, guys. Listen, I can't be swayed off of this. This is where I am. I still think we've got to move to the downside at least. My next target is looking at $6,500. I've got guests here, so I'm going to have to wrap up the video. But yeah, looking at $6,500, and then we're looking to the upside after that. So, all right, guys. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope that helps you understand my logic and what I'm thinking here. There's more to say, but I got to cut the video short. I've got the video went a little longer than I expected, and got to finish her up. All right, we'll bring some more information as it comes. In the medium term here, guys, I'm still looking for a push up here. You say, where can it come? Well, we got a corrective structure here. We got a 3-wave structure right here, a 3-wave structure. Looking to finish this out with a 3-wave structure. Again, structure tells me everything. The structure of the wave tells me everything. Looking for here to the 1-to-1 extension, maybe 72.65 might be good. We might even retest 72.95. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Once we hit up this region, we should come on down impulsively. That's what I'm looking for. All right, have a fantastic day. Happy New Year to you. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.